Narcissists are very fearful creatures. You can use what I'm about to tell you for good or evil. If you want them to stay away from you, doing these things, honestly, it's gonna cause a narcissistic injury, and it's likely that they will not want to be around you, which is honestly what you want. You don't want to be around these type of people, even if you feel like you fully understand them, that you can outwit them. They're always plotting against you. Something I've realized about narcissists is they aren't your friend. They are your enemy. They're very fearful creatures, and when you're around anybody, narcissists or not, that is always in the state of paranoia, is in this thinking that other people are out to get them. Those people are irrational. They are jumpy, and that they will throw you under the bus if they just get any inclination, any suspicion that something bad is going to happen to them. This is an unstable person. It's not someone you want to be around. But to the point, one of the things a narcissist fears the most is being exposed. They know they're out there hurting people. They know they are manipulators, abusers, and if everyone knew who they really were, they wouldn't be able to go out and get the things they want, right? Fulfill their supply. When the narcissist is suspicious that you know who they are now, I've seen it with my own eyes. When my narcissist ex's friends, she had one friend that in particular, this person warned me a lot about the narcissist, but I would not listen because I was so emotionally attached to the narcissist at the time. But this person told me your ex is a bad person. She likes to hurt people. She was exposing my ex to me. I was like many people in this situation. I was too in love, too all of that. I was too into my emotions to. It was going in one ear and out the other. I didn't want to accept it, and that's a big part of why we get so caught up with these people. Is we know, but we don't want to accept it. We play dumb because we just want it to work so badly with this person for whatever reason. My narcissist ex attacked this person so brutally, not physically, but she was saying every bad thing in the book about this person. And why? That she's the girl that was exposing my narcissist ex to me. She was a very sweet girl, honestly. Like that's why she wouldn't put up with what the narcissist was doing to her, and I commend her for it. She stood up to her, like in reality she was stronger than I am, maybe because she wasn't obviously emotionally attached the way I was to her, but she was like, "I'm not putting up with you yelling at me," because they were friends at the beginning. But even then, the narcissist will tries to control everyone around them, and when people know who they are, they lose that control. They are control freaks, and it doesn't matter if it's narcissist or any type of person that's in control. They want to keep you dumb. That is how governments, your boss, all these people want you just smart enough to do what you're told, but they don't want you so smart that you become privy of their games, and that's one of the narcissist's greatest fears. They also fear you healing and getting better, and this kind of ties into the first one, but it's more about they are very jealous people. They do not want to see you doing well because it hurts their little ego. It hurts the fact that because if they discard you, if they treat you like trash, even though you don't deserve it, and then you're out there doing better without them, it's not about you. It's really about them, and they feel that, oh, maybe because they're gonna play these mental gymnastics where they'll narcissist their way out of it, but it'll cause a narcissistic injury because for a second they'll realize, oh, like I got out of their life and they got better. Either it was my fault, or they narcissists are crazy, but they aren't as unaware as people are led to believe, because there's this separation of self-aware narcissists and non-self-aware narcissists. It makes us it makes people think that they're in this dream state of psychosis where they don't know what's going on. They're very unconscious people. They know they hurt you. They like my narcissist ex. I doubt she knows what her diagnosis might be, but she would have self-admittedly, I'm I'm a bitch. Like I'm mean. I'm a rude person. Like, and she's kind of proud of it, honestly, which is that's just weird in itself. Who's proud of being a mean person? And this all ties into their games of lying and manipulation and belittling you. They want to make you feel less because they know they're worthless. They know they're not good people, like I just said. So and then they see you even when they first meet you. It's another common misconception that they prey on weak, useless people. It's because they saw something in you, but that very thing that they saw in you, now they're trying to belittle you, make you whatever they saw in you, whether it was looks, money, etc. Now they're gonna say you're not rich enough, you're ugly, etc, because they have to beat you down and make you feel worthless because they're trying to drag you down to their level. And even more truthfully, they're trying to drag you down even below because they always have to be above you. But that's the thing about narcissists and why we feel so crappy when we're with them. When someone is at such a low point in like in their mental abilities and their mental self-worth and all that, and they have to drag you down even lower than that, that's why we feel like garbage when we're with them, because we didn't feel that way before we met them, right? They took us to that dark place, and it's all ties into the loss of control. If you're doing better, getting better, they don't have control over you, and because they had such a erratic childhood growing up, and they felt like they had no control. You see that a lot in trauma victims where if they have like no sense of control, then they try to control something else. It's how people develop like an eating disorder where they feel like, well, if I can't control anything else in my environment, then I can at least control like the food I put in my mouth, right? People always try, like with the human mind is always trying to find solutions, but sometimes we have to cope in these very unhealthy, stressful ways, and that's the whole narcissistic personality is just one big trauma, one big way of coping with the world, but they unfortunately and sadly are doing it in this very unhealthy way. And the list of things that narcissist fears could be endless, and it all depends on the specific type of narcissist. But one not spoken about enough, I think, is they are really afraid of themselves. They are afraid of sitting alone for 2 minutes and contemplating who they really are deep down. That's why they have, that false self. It's why they're always trying to prop up this fake persona to everyone else, even to themselves. That is the darkness, that empty darkness inside. I think that is truly because that's what the narcissist is always running away from. That is, I think, what more than being exposed, more than what a common narcissistic thing is like being a nobody, being like a whatever what is for them. Some of them are really into fame, some of them are really into money, or a combination of all these things. So they don't like being a nobody. And why is that? It's because they always need other people to reflect back their sense of self worth. They never figured out how to regulate their own internal process. Narcissist is really like this big child, this big baby. It's arrested development. And when you never developed yourself, when you're just this kind of empty shell inside, that's pretty terrifying. That's who would want to look into that, and that's I think what the narcissist fears the most because it that fear stems out to all the other fears. They do not want to. They what the fear I think the most is just their true self, that inner emptiness. They're always trying to run away from it. That's what they fear the most. They're running away from that dark evil. That when you see the narcissist yell at you, when you see their eyes turn black, when you see that really demonic presence within themselves, that imagine it's like imagine having it's hard to imagine, but imagine having a demon inside of you because that's like the analogy we all make, right? Imagine having that dark evil spirit inside of you. I'd always be running away from it too. I'd probably be doing a lot of what the narcissist does. I'd be trying to drink myself and drown out my sorrow. If I knew there was always this like dark entity inside of me, of course I'd always be running away from it. From what I know now, I'd maybe try to handle it in a healthier way, right? I'd maybe like seek God or something like that. I wouldn't go around hurting people, but we don't all know these things. We don't all cope in healthy ways, and that's essentially what the narcissist is. They are a very unhealthy coping mechanism, and the fact that they fear themselves makes them fear other people, and this is why they will always hurt you. They're always going to betray you because essentially When you lie to yourself like the narcissist is, when your whole life is an entire lie, well, it's obvious that you're gonna lie to everyone else and hurt everyone else. The narcissist is in a lot of pain, and it's all fear, jealousy, hate, anger. When that's all you have inside of you, how are you gonna give love and respect and all that stuff to other people when you don't even have it for yourself?